Sticky. Morning, man. How's it going up there? Hope you had a nice holiday. Getting ready for New Year's now, right? We don't do anything. We're just thinking about what to make for dinner. Good leg day today. Very good leg day, actually. Felt great today. Knees felt good. My partner / boss couldn't make it today, so got to train with Marissa today, which was nice. I haven't done that in a while. Yeah. We are trying to think of something fun to make for dinner that night, but we have to toss some ideas around. Luke, good morning, man. Hey, listen, buddy. Having a treadmill at home is such a great investment, man. It's such a great investment. I think about back when I was competing and just waking up and getting right on the treadmill and knocking that out of the way, not having to worry about brushing my teeth or getting dressed, going to the gym, using anybody else's thing. Man, that was key. I've had my own treadmill for years. For years. When I was in Connecticut, I had one. It's just such a good investment. Also, I'll tell you guys, when I was living in East Boca over there in the Meisner house, back when I was having a lot of issues with anxiety, sometimes, man, it would be late at night. I'd just get on the treadmill and just walk to clear my mind. So good for you, good investment. Let's see, you mentioned not talking to your mom and stepdad anymore. That's sad, man, what happened? Sorry if it's too personal. Man, it's pretty heavy duty. Pretty heavy duty. Chris, good morning, bro. Good to see you on here. Wow, what a pleasure. Mart Dog, Jalen, good morning, guys. Oh, cool, Sticky. Hell yeah, man, I'm glad you're doing that. So, the subject with my mom and my stepdad is a very, very sad story. So I won't get into too much detail in it, but basically, while I was gone, my stepdad unfortunately fell victim to really bad drug habit, really, really bad. And, aside from, running the company into the ground and doing a lot of really bad things to the company, I didn't even care about that. I wanted to just get him into rehab because I was worried about his life. So I had a private one-on-one with him. He said he would go. It got a lot worse. And so we got him all set up with a rehab. And he wanted to talk about it with my mom. And whatever way he presented it to her, she pretty much disowned me. And sadly, he only went to rehab for about a week and signed himself out. So I hope he's clean. I don't know. It was scary, very, very scary and heartbreaking to see him like that. And drugs are bad, man. I've seen it happen. I lost one of my best friends to an opiate addiction when he was 25 years old. My best friend, John, that I grew up with. He OD'd when he was 25. He actually asphyxiated himself. He passed out on OxyContin, threw up in his mouth, and asphyxiated himself. 25 years old. Terrible. Yeah, so Chris Graham says, sometimes family issues are the hardest and most stressful. It's really crazy because, honestly, guys, once I got into my rhythm in prison, it really wasn't stressful in there because it's Groundhog's Day. If you get in a good rhythm in prison, It's just the same every day. So mentally, if you can accept that, which I could, you know, you got no stress, really. I mean, the program that I was in was stressful because I wanted to make sure I got that year off, but I wouldn't have thought that coming home to what I came home to was much harder than prison. You know, and I'm not the kind of person to say, oh, woe is me. I actually can't stand that kind of attitude. So I would say if there's one thing that I really benefited from prison, it's my ability to set boundaries now is so easy. It's so easy for me to say, nope. That used to be a problem for me for years. So once, you know, my mom, when she came to me with her position, I said, I think you're very misinformed on what's going on. Gave her all the information. And I said, but I won't get into any of this because I didn't do anything wrong, you know? I came home to this mess, so I signed myself right out of it. I have not attempted to talk to her since then. And that's that. I don't want that kind of drama in my life, especially not with a child coming into the world. And I'm very fortunate because Marissa's parents are amazing. And I'm very, very beneficial. They're very, very beneficial to us in our life. You know, they provide a lot of support, love, and great people. So the program is called RDAP. Some people hate it. I've seen Singerman say how much he hated it. Listen, it was very hard. You didn't get notified, Nathan. That is BS. Bolshoi, good morning. Good morning, sir. You got a temperature, Bolshoi. Your arms and legs were freezing. Haven't eaten shit. Have you taken any Tylenol, sir? Bad Boys, definitely. I don't really love the Rush Hour movies. The program was called RDAP. Did you think about making training video with Sean Ray? Hey, why not, Bolshoi? My stepdad, unfortunately, New World Muscle. I know it's very taboo to talk about family stuff out in the open. I'm actually really holding back a lot of the information. My parents were great to me growing up. It's just drugs are bad, man. Jason Ha or Anthony Pasquale. Wow, two great bodybuilders, man. Freak factor, I think Jason Ha. I don't think Jason ever hit his condition the way that Pasquale did, though. Pasquale had a lot of potential. He walked away from it. They are cool as hell. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, they're very cool. And they're so involved, too, with their grandkids, so we're very lucky there. Powerman 5000 or Bush? Well, Powerman 5000 really only has one good song. Now this is what it's like when worlds collide. Bush had a lot of good hits, man. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And they also had, what else do they have? Swallowed, hollow, happy about everything in my life. He's still around, right, Gavin? Who has better gaydar, me or Marissa? My gaydar is on another level. I'm like the Stephen Hawking of gaydar. I'm like, gay, all over the place. You broke up a fight at the gym on Friday. Why did you break it up, man? You gotta let that shit go, Nathan. You gotta let that, listen, if I see a fight in the gym, whoo, I'm getting my popcorn out. What were they fighting over? Aqua Turn Back Time or Savage Garden to the Moon and Back? Woo! Man. 90s, baby. I think I'm going Savage Garden on that one. Didn't Aqua sing, did they sing the Barbie song? Glycerine, yes, that was a good one. Glycerine. John Mancini, morning everyone. Good morning, good morning. I'm already laughing as I go down in the comments because I read the Guy Sistino on the Hack Squad again. Woo! Bush was good. Here's a funny factoid, actually. My very first concert was a Bush concert. My mom, cool mom back then, right? She took us in 8th grade, me and my friends, to see Bush. We wanted to go see Bush. Hell yeah, see, Mancini's with me. He wants to see the fights in the gym. Gavin cheated on Gwen Stefani. Oh, how dare he? How dare he cheat on Gwen Stefani? Listen, it happens. She's just a girl, you know? She's just a girl in the world, Bolshoi. That's all that she'll ever be. Oh, live was good. Lightning crashes. I had a friend that he loved live, man. He would get so into it when it would come on. One of my burnout friends back in high school. Oh, my Lord. Hold on, what was it over, Nathan? I'm laughing at this. Melanie, good morning. I've seen some funny videos on Instagram of guys fighting in the gym. Sean Paul, get busy, or Busta Rhymes, touch it. Sean Paul, I love Sean Paul. Sean Paul gets me in the zone. When I'm in the car and a little Sean Paul comes on, whoo, I start feeling it. No disrespect to Busta Rhymes. He's obviously had some classic, so not, you know, Scenario was big, but Sean Paul, man. Sean Paul. Not re-racking weights was what they were fighting over. Amazing. That is, if there was something to fight about in the gym, re-racking your weights, that's worthy of a fisticuffs. Glycerin was your first MySpace song? My first MySpace song was, my first MySpace song was Disturbed, The Sickness. So as soon as you turned on my page, it was bo-wah every time. Holy shit. I had fire in the back of my MySpace page. My MySpace page at that time in my life was very telling. The background was all fire. I started out with Disturbed. I switched it to Pantera. Yes, no doubt, of course. I'm sorry, Melanie. I'll stop. I liked No Doubt back in the day. Little No Doubt action on a Monday morning. Brother PJ, do you think creatine monohydrate makes you retain water in your face and makes your physique look softer? Do you stop it before a show? So it could. It absolutely could. Now, it could be marginal for some people. It could be more with others. But yes, you will absolutely hold some more water. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to contest prep, right? Just because something makes you hold water doesn't mean that it's detrimental to your physique. Because if the body fat is gone, that's the most important thing. You're going to get rid of that water when you dry yourself out and dehydrate yourself before the show. You know, when you load your water up, piss it all out like crazy, you're going to dry yourself out. To give you an example, I had a show where I did Anadrol literally all the way to the show. And most people say Anadrol makes them bloated. But I figured out, I was on a ketogenic diet with Palumbo one year, that I was so flat, it seemed, without it. And so I put it back in, and I was like, man, I feel, if anything, I feel like I'm looking harder and more full. I'm gonna keep it in. I kept it all the way into the show. Most people wouldn't do that. I love you. Okay. So, if you're concerned about it, it's not gonna hurt you to take it out a couple weeks before the show. You know? Creatine primarily is utilized for strength training, which isn't really the priority when you're that close to a show. So, you know, you can absolutely take it out. But, you know, the objective is obviously to get the body fat as low as possible. So the meathead confronted Big Boy about not taking the weights off the leg press, which just set him off. Well, listen, not taking the weights off the leg press is extremely rude. Very, very rude. Especially if you have a lot of weights on there. Have I seen the video of the fat man slapping his belly to Sean Paul? No, I haven't. I'd like to see it if somebody wants to send it to me. Red Devil, what's going on? Has anybody seen the video? Speaking of hilarious videos, I've seen this video at least 10 times in the past 24 hours. Has anybody seen the video of the black guy? In the background at the gym, there's a guy on a preacher bench doing curls. He's doing cable preacher curls, and there's a guy in the background with basketball shorts on, a black dude, and his dick is like as long as my forearm, flopping back and forth in the shorts. It's so funny. Can I congratulate my gay audience with a new year with Palumbo Voice and wish them plenty of vibrators? Well, why am I specifically congratulating the gay audience on vibrators? Is this only the lesbian audience? Imagine not re-racking your weights and winning the fight. Ultimate gym villain. I agree. I agree. That's just, as far as bad guys go, you can't get much worse than that. Kid Rock, Ba with the Ba, or Limp Bizkit Faith. Definitely Kid Rock. Another funny factoid, I actually posed to Ba with the Ba. In fact, the first show I ever won, I posed to Ba with the Ba. It was awesome. It was up in New England at Jay Cutler's show. That was a good song to pose to. A lot better than this boring ass R&B shit that all the guys pose to now. But I do like Faith is a song, good song, because I gotta have faith. I actually prefer the George Michael Faith. Mancini says, I remember MySpace bringing back memories when you were in 6th grade. Hell yeah, man, those were the fun times. Listen, I'm a little older than most of you guys, so I was around when they had MySpace parties, I swear, at the clubs. That was a thing. They'd have MySpace hookups in the early 2000s at the clubs. And let me tell you something, those MySpace girls were pretty slutty back in the day. Top 3 rock bands that I can't stand. Number 1, Nickelback. Can I go 1, 2, and 3 Nickelback or no? Number 1 is definitely Nickelback. Who else sucks? The problem with this question, Bolshoi, is that typically when I hear a song that sucks, I change it. I'd have to really think about this one a little more. I don't like Sammy Hagar, sorry. Mas Tequila, one shot, hey. I prefer my Van Halen with David Lee Roth, like Joe Dirt. Remember the AOL Instant Messenger? Of course. Of course I do. The Fan, good movie. Oh, Falling Down? Oof. Falling Down. Falling Down is a great movie. He really lost his shit. Didn't he, though? Age, sex, location. Woo! I noticed a lot of the meal tracking apps add in calories after you burn a ton in the gym / cardio. That should definitely be turned off and end the day at a lower calorie deficit. Correct. Yes, you are correct, Luke. I guess I should actually start looking into some of these things so I can be more educated when I speak on them. I honestly really haven't looked into any of them. I know that, listen, Marissa loves, she's got her Apple Watch, she tracks it all. I actually just got that Hume scale that does everything. I'm gonna make a little video about it. I'm very excited about this. And there's an app that goes with that. Maybe I'll get myself an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or one of these things. Movie wrestler with Mickey Rourke or $1 Million Baby. Damn, Bolshoi, you're really trying to hurt my brain today. Ugh. First of all, both of those movies are sad. Can we agree on that? Sad movies. I would say I probably cried a little more at $1 Million Baby. But man, Mickey Rourke was so good in The Wrestler. Red Devil says, I get stomach cramps with creatine monohydrate. Any suggestions? Well, when are you taking it? How much are you taking? I like to take it right after I work out when I'm taking it. I find that you suck it up the best that way. And then I eat a meal. I take it with, when I do take it, I'm taking it in a protein shake with whatever carbs I'm having. If I'm doing an easy to digest carb, you know, like for instance, back when we had the Formula 19. Thank you, Melanie. In the end, the meathead got his shit rocked by a special person in front of his chick. Oh, that's terrible. Getting rocked in front of your girl, you can't let that happen. You cannot let that happen. Let's see, I heard Hulk Hogan's interview. He says he needs 1 hour in the morning to do plenty of stretching on the ground before he can stand up because of his injuries. I 100% believe that, man. He beat the shit out of his body for years. For years. Look, guys, I mean, I'm nowhere near that level, right? But I've done quite a lot to myself that I regret. So when I get to the gym, in order for me to be able to train the way I want to, in order to train hard, which I suppose I don't need to, but it's what I love to do, it takes me about 30 minutes of stretching and loosening up to be able to do what I want to do. You saw that video, New World Muscle? Oh, it's so funny. It was a TikTok video? Yeah. Very, very funny. Creed, yes, Creed, definitely. I'm sorry. How could I forget Creed? Actually, the video that I saw with the black guy with the huge wiener, Creed was playing in the background. Can you take me higher? Jack got excited. Where the F is Jason? Jason actually was supposed to, he wanted to get together today, so bad, and then, of course, canceled last minute. In typical Jason fashion, said we gotta do Friday, and also asked why Marissa isn't following him. Con Air or Face Off with Nicolas Cage? Oh man, let me tell you something, Bolshoi. Nicolas Cage is very popular in prison. He's a very popular prison inmate actor. As far as the actors, Jonathan Wick also, Keanu Reeves, very popular in prison. The amount of times I had to watch Jonathan Wick, which I love the Jonathan Wick movies, but I can't watch them anymore. They're always on. The guys always want to watch the same shit. But Face Off is a better movie. Con Air's still good, but Face Off is a better movie. B. Rogers, what's up, bro? Good to see you on here. Have you ever seen Black Santa Claus? No. David Lee Roth. Bret Hart or Sting? Oh man, I know there's a lot of people that will be very upset by me saying this, but I prefer Sting over Bret Hart. I wasn't drinking the Bret Hart Kool-Aid. Most of the hardcore wrestling fans consider Bret Hart to be like one of the top 5 greatest wrestlers of all time. I just was never a fan. Sting, though, I really enjoyed Sting's like comeback as the Crow type character that he turned into. There you go, Mancini. Bolshoi does not like the R&B posing. I know you don't. Red Devil, are you doing it on an empty stomach? I think 5 grams is literally all you need. You don't need more than that. But I like to do it post-workout. It'll get absorbed more efficiently that way. Big Lebowski, one of the best movies of all time. I will stand on that, Alex. I will stand on that. The dude abides. Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac, or Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It. This is how we do it. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Montel Jordan, I'm going on that one. Definitely. Creatine HCl will not bother your stomach the same way. I suppose that's the benefit to it. I personally never really had issues with creatine bothering my stomach. So if you want to spend a lot more money, then you can try it out. It shouldn't bother your stomach. But it is not any better. Yeah, screw Nickelback, Bolshoi. Good, Luke. Good. If you have any questions on that, remember, just shoot them over. Have I ever had lung pain from kratom? No, I haven't, but some dude, before you go and blame it on kratom, there is something sweeping across the United States that is a major like respiratory thing. I now have it. Marissa has had it for over a month, and honestly, it was freaking me out because she's pregnant. It was really making me worried. They did every test on her, everything came up negative, so it's just a strange virus that's going around. But I've had pain in my lungs now for nearly 2 weeks. The first week when it started really kicking in, I was coughing up a lot of mucus and shit. Doesn't feel good in here. You might just have whatever's going around, some dude, because I got friends out in Vegas that were talking about it. It's going all around the country, this weird virus, this respiratory virus. Underworld, Born, Slippy, or Prodigy Firestarter. Oh man, Prodigy was my jam back in the day. I'm the Firestarter, Twisted Firestarter. Woo! Crazy haircuts. Your favorite is Mankind Ultimate Warrior. So Mancini, listen, I gotta say I loved Mankind as a wrestler, but when he came out on that Camelot endorsement, lost me on that one. Alex says, I followed your journey for sobriety. Unfortunately, I fell back on alcohol and being clean for 4 months. I had a class presentation. I drank to calm nerves. I'm planning to stop in January. How much did you drink, man? Did you go and get loaded? Try taking your creatine post-workout when your body needs it the most. Bronski beat Small Town by or Spandau Ballet. True. Bronski beat Small Town Boy or Spandau Ballet. True. I'm trying to think. For some reason, I can't think of either of those two songs right now. I'm gonna have to look them up. What genre of music are we in, Bolshoi? You kind of lost me on those ones. You had to do it, didn't you? You had to stump me. Try it out, Red Devil. I feel it sucks up more efficiently that way. And I think it's a great idea, you know, unless you're on some sort of specific restricted calorie, to mix it with some sort of easy digesting carbohydrate source. I've done grape juice, I've done Gatorade. Gatorade's fine. Or if you're using, you know, like I said, I used to add it to the Formula 19. Thoughts on the new Superman? I didn't even realize there is a new Superman. Is it not, what's his name anymore? Oh, CGI Superman? No. Bolshoi Kush, Iron Maiden, can I play with Madness? Okay. Or, oh, Scorpions? Definitely Scorpions. Here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Scorpions. Oh my God, Melanie. It's gross. I took Mucinex for about 5 days. And I don't even need the Mucinex now. It just keeps coming up. If I don't cover my mouth, like yesterday I was doing something in the kitchen, and I had my hands full, and I coughed, and I told Marissa, I was like, oh my God, do not look over here. I'm so sorry. Green mucus flew out of my mouth onto the floor that I had to clean up. I actually had the urgent care people come here too, because it was starting to freak me out. And they're like, yeah, there's some weird virus going around. They tested me for RSV, all these things, and you know, it just is what it is. But it's literally all over the place, man. Everybody has this shit. And it makes you feel like shit. Chris Graham's got it, yeah. There was a couple days, man, I was struggling for a couple days, guys. I was struggling for a couple days. I had to get the NyQuil at night, the Dayquil in the morning. You think in business, when spontaneous people without plan or dedicated and disciplined business people. Man, you know, I've seen such a mix of success in the business world that overall I think that the dedicated and disciplined is the key to success. Structure. People in general thrive in structure, particularly. However, spontaneity and a lack of fear kind of go together, hand in hand. That can be a recipe for success also. Thank you, Mancini. Love you, buddy. Oh my God, Avril Lavigne. Avril Lavigne. She was cute back in the day, little Avril Lavigne. Little skater girl. Little skater girl, Avril Lavigne. Yeah, Arnold, man, he hurt us with that. He hurt us with that. Some dude, let me tell you, you know, California, they had that bird flu that they called a national emergency out there, or a statewide emergency, excuse me. And there's just all kinds of shit that gets flown around. That's why I've literally never had a flu shot. I've never had a flu shot in my life. My grandpa, 92, going strong, never had a flu shot in his life. Because there's always new shit coming out no matter what. You're better off just letting your body's natural defense just go at these things. I know the Canadians, Bret Hart is king to the Canadians. And I get it, he's an icon for sure. Just wasn't a fan of his as a wrestler. I just didn't like his character. Wasn't a fan of his character. Now give me some Shawn Michaels, baby. Nicolas Cage went bankrupt a couple of times, lost all his cash because of divorce. Hey, listen, I've been there. I've been there with the divorce. Whew. That divorce will wipe you out. Well, that's disappointing, Mancini. Inside Man or Deja Vu with Denzel. Man, it's funny, we were talking about Equalizer last week. Inside Man. Love me some Denzel, though. Gross, 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 this thing. Any gangs try to make you join a prison? No, I was in a camp, so I didn't have to deal with any of that, fortunately. The camp is the lowest level security, so I wasn't at one of these tough places, you know. You know, the process of getting to the camp was the toughest part, because I had to go to 2 county jails. County jail sucks. And I was in detention centers, 2 different detention centers, in quarantine for 3 months. So in the detention center, I was literally locked down for 23 hours a day in a cell. And then you just get out, run and shower, get a 7-minute phone call, and that's it. So it was tough in the sense that there's just a lot of time sitting there in your thoughts. But only one time in Miami was I ever in an altercation of any sort, and it was over a phone, and it wasn't physical, it was just verbal. And, did I see some violence? Yeah. But, at the camp that I was at, in the entire time that I was there was only 2 fights. Because at the camp, there's a zero violence policy. These guys in the higher ups, they fight, they kill each other, they stab each other. They're not going anywhere. When you go into the camp, right, that's the last stop. So if you fight at a camp, guess what? You're going to a worse place. When you're at the camp, you're close to going home. You're either a short timer or you're somebody that worked your way down with good behavior from the higher up. So people stay out of each other's way at the camp. So didn't have to deal with any of that. Thank God. Thank God. Do you ever use, Mancini, you ever use the neti pot? Kevin Levrone, love me some Kevin Levrone. Marky Mark, Good Vibrations, very, very, very good choice. Or Vanilla Ice, Ice Baby. So I have to go Marky Mark, just because that was a banger. That was a banger. And honestly, even when Vanilla Ice was popular, I still thought he was corny. I really did. I still thought he was lame. So definitely Marky Mark. Come on, come on. Feel it, feel it. He doesn't like talking about his Good Vibrations days. That was when he was, a young, sexy boy. Getting in those underwear ads and whatnot. Yeah. Mancini. Sam Hunt, Take Your Time, or Kenny Chesney, Come Over. I really liked that song. What's that Sam Hunt song? I actually liked it in prison. I got really into it. Body like a back road, driving with my eyes slow. I know every curve like the back of my hand. That was a good one. I'm going to go Sam Hunt, just for that. Chris Benoit is the GOAT Canadian wrestler. Rest in peace, Chris Benoit. Very sad how it ended up for him, poor guy. His poor family, too. What am I doing for New Year's tomorrow? Well, since she's pregnant and she doesn't drink either anyway, I don't drink, so we're not going to party anywhere. We're probably just going to cook something really fun together. We have this sous vide cooker that we haven't even opened up yet that somebody got us. So for those of you who don't know what sous vide is, I didn't know what it is either. But this French chef just discovered this way of cooking, I think in the 70s. Basically, the food, like let's say you're cooking a steak, right? It gets vacuum sealed in a bag and cooked in water. Slow and long. And it cooks it evenly throughout the entire thing. It's supposed to be like the most delicious way to eat certain foods, steaks and whatnot. So maybe we'll try that thing out. So your place is kind of like Orange is the New Black. I've been watching it and can tell. Yes. In many ways, yeah. So the best way to describe it, Melanie, there was a few guys that were in there that were former military, and what they said was, especially the program that I was in, they were like, this is almost identical to when they were in boot camp. So the camp, which is on an Air Force base where I was, essentially like being in boot camp. You got people that act like drill instructors yelling at you all day, very strict rules. And then you have the guys during the downtime that are your rule breakers, primarily with this drug called K2 that I never even heard of. And it's crazy how much K2 there is in prison. Crazy. They can't test for it either. Highlander or Mad Max? Well, I gotta call timeout here. Bolshoi. Justin, good morning. Are we going old? Are we going Mel Gibson? The Fuhrer? Mad Max? Or are we going the new? The new Mad Maxes are crazy. I love the new Mad Maxes. If we're going new Mad Maxes, then all day. If we're going old school, though, I might have to go to Highlander, though. Tanya, good morning. I drank a bottle of Jack. Okay, so you drank it up pretty good. You drank it up pretty good, Alex. Listen, man, get yourself in a good routine. I'm sorry that you fell off. But next time you think about doing that again, think about where you were at when you were at your absolute worst with it, and whether or not you want to go through that again. Because it's real easy for it to go that way. But I do think getting serious with your training will be a much better outlet. Nathan, I really don't like the neti pot. I did it with her one time. I guess it's great for the sinuses, yes. Although I feel like everything is coming up from my lungs, though. Yeah, Mancini, I do not like the neti pot. No way. No way. Oh, Satan is here. Satan's in my Q&A. How did I get Satan in here today? Welcome. Yeah, I'll let you guys know about the sous vide, man. I'm very interested in this. Oh, you're welcome, New World Muscle. I'm thinking about blasting myself some glutathione tonight. See if I can knock the rest of this out. Did I get anything fun for Christmas? Yes, actually. So I got this scale, this Hume home scale, right? I saw a couple videos on it. I was like, damn, this thing's badass. Marissa bought it for me. I'm gonna make a video about it. I haven't even messed around with it yet. But the scale is pretty badass, man. It's if it does all the things it says that it can do, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it, because it's almost like having an at-home in-body scan. It does visceral fat, lean body mass, water, basal metabolic rate. I mean, it does literally like 20 different things. And there's an app that hooks up to your phone, but you can also hook it up to your, I don't have an Apple Watch, but you can hook it up to whatever you use and track everything. So I'm actually pretty excited about it. I'm very, very excited about that, not gonna lie. Red Devil says, get out of here, Satan. Satan from South Park. Sauna's great, man. I use my sauna as much as I can, Nathan. I try to do it at least 3 times a week, at least. There's mine right behind me. I got my sauna box right there, guys. Thank you, Alex. I know you'll do it, man. I know you'll do it. I know it. Shout out to all my Army vets out there. Oh, Luke, I already know I'm going to be obsessed with it. I already know. I'll let you know how it is. Thoughts on the air fryer? Well, the air fryers have become extremely popular. Extremely popular. There are different kinds of air fryers. We have an air fryer here. To be honest with you, I don't really use it. Marissa uses it for certain things. You know, you can make some great chocolate chip cookies in there. But I honestly don't really like the air fryer. I prefer, guys, to grill my food. I just like to grill my food. Now, if I'm not grilling my food, I'll tell you what we do. So I like to, if I'm eating chicken breasts, I want them grilled. That's just the way it is. I just don't think they're as good in the air fryer, personally. And I think steak sucks in the air fryer. So if I'm not grilling my steak, what I do is I sear it in a really, really hot pan, and then I'll broil it the right way, depending on the cut. But we do like a lot of stuff with the crock pot and whatnot. So I'll let you know about the sous vide, man. It's a much different thing. You know, like I said, there's certain things that are good in the air fryer, but I don't love it the way that a lot of people do. I don't love it the way a lot of people do. Good morning. Marissa likes the air fryer. She likes the air fryer. Oh, you're getting that new watch, Mancini. Okay, good for you. I'm eager to see how it does. I'm definitely recommend the Apple Watch, the Outer Ring, Ring-On are basically all the same functions without the phone. Text us up. Got it, thank you. Melanie, you're a slut for the air fryer? It just, I don't know. I understand people like it. They think it's convenient, but I have time on my hands, right? So, because of that, I don't mind cooking things a certain way. Jason says you better have a good cast iron skillet to sear that steak or chicken after the sous vide. I don't think I'm gonna do the chicken in there. I might try it. But yes, I'm definitely, you know, I'm gonna be searing the shit out of that steak after I take it out of there. You gotta sear it. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know. Some people are very, very big on the sous vide. Mason Bear says, air fryer would have been great when I was a teenager and always in a rush. Yes, absolutely. See, let me touch on that. Thank you for saying that, Mason Bear. So when I was young, I had a Foreman grill, right? And the Foreman grill, guys, everybody had a Foreman grill. Mason Bear, you probably had one. I'd be surprised. I don't even know if they still make Foreman grills, but late 90s, early 2000s, you had a Foreman grill. So for that period of my life, you're not that old. For that period of my life, guys, I would have much rather have had the air fryer than the Foreman grill. Oh my God. But I'm in a different space now. I typically cook my food as I eat it. So, no. When was the first time you saw Haley McNiff? That is a good question. I don't know. I prefer air fryer because I can pop my chicken and potatoes in there, forget about them, then 30 minutes later I got myself some dry ass chicken with rock hard potatoes. There you go. Listen, when you're in that bodybuilding mindset and you're just eating for fuel, then hell yeah, go for it. But I like my food to taste good now. Whew, I just hit an hour. How about that? It stopped on me. Marvin Gaye, sexual feeling, or Lionel Richie, say you, say me. Man, you could have gave me a different choice from Lionel Richie. I get it. We went with sexual. We went for that love-making choices, so I got to go Marvin Gaye on that. But, listen, if you hit me with a little dancing on the ceiling, I might answer that a little bit differently. Mason, you know what, man? I've been actually getting on here on time these days. I used to be late as hell. So I've been getting on here closer to 9 o'clock these days. I appreciate you coming on, though. What video is dropping today? So today, we're dropping the shoulder video. And actually today we're going to film a badass arm video. So that'll be out. What do I plan to eat on New Year's Eve? I'm not sure yet, Bolshoi. We're going to cook something really good. YouTube's been giving you notification issues. A lot of people are saying that. Jason deleted, wait a minute. He deleted the brand new one? Scatman, because he does have a new one. He doesn't want me giving it out. Thank you, B. Rogers, man. Good to see you in here. I appreciate you guys coming in and watching these. You're helping me get my hours up. Oh, you got to see K Graham live? Listen, K Graham live, you jump on there, you get to see K Graham, but you also get to see the boobies bouncing. That's worth it. I'd rather watch that than listen to me answering questions in here. But yes, tonight, guys, 6 p.m., I will post a shoulder video. We're shooting arms today. And that's it. Oh, and I'm going to review that scale. I'll tell you guys all about the scale. K. Graham's face is beautiful, Scat, man. She got me there. She's definitely beautiful. But it's tough for me I'm a sucker for big boobs. So you could have a bad face. For me, you could have a bad face. If you got big boobs, I'm your friend. She got the face too. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot. But the angle she has her when she does her lives, her angle is kind of like this. So you're right here with the boobs. I'm a little more face level. You know what I'm saying? No, Mason, not at all. It's so crazy. I have like more and more rules that it seems like I actually almost don't even ask questions anymore, because the more I ask, the more things get taken away from what I can do. Oh, I caught this guy, man. All right, guys, listen, I'm gonna get my hair cut now. Jack and the Weasel are waiting for me. Let's say hi to Jack and the Weasel real quick. Hold on. Are you waiting for me? What is it, Jackie boy? Are you waiting for me to be done? Come on. Excuse me, who said you could get on my treadmill? Thank you. All right, let's go. Maybe I will get more people if I go boob level. All right, guys. Thank you all for coming in. I love you guys. God bless you. We're almost done with this year. How about that? This was a good year for me. I was free. It was a hell of a year. So God bless. God bless. Peace out. Bye, guys.